Welcome back to Let's Get to the Facts podcast. Once again, I am your host, Doss. My man, Coach Shot with me, my co host.
What's up?
And y'all know we missed last week, so we got a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, we got to go with the sponsors. Let's Get to the Facts podcast is sponsored by OPM Clothing Line, the original Bonuts, and No More Struggling Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
So, Coach, man, 2 weeks of Browns football. We had the New Orleans Saints game, and we had the we got some feedback.
Yeah, my bad. I had to
That's
cut
cool.
that volume down.
And then we had the Pittsburgh Steelers one. So let's just talk about the Saints game, because it was very, very frustrating to watch this game. Now, as you see what I got on my chest, right? Because I lost a bet to my New Orleans peoples that if the Browns lose, then I gotta support the New Orleans garbage on my chest for the whole podcast. So yeah, that's what this is. But so look, man, I'm watching this game and I'm highly, highly disappointed in what I was seeing. Now, I like the fact that they fought back into the game. They came out, they had a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Fight in them. They had a little bit of fight. They came back, they tied it up 14-14. And then somewhere, somehow, they forgot that Taysom Hill played football. And he's like this Swiss Army knife. And this man turned around and did any and everything for them possible. And I was just like, come on, man. Like, how are y'all not getting this? It was driving me crazy because Myles Garrett was on the sidelines, only playing third and fourth downs. And I was just frustrated, man, just watching it because I told you before, I said when they come off that bye, and we talked about it the podcast before we took that break last week, and we was asking the question of who's going to really be on the hook if they come out and they still look terrible. And I kept saying Jim Schwartz. It's Jim Schwartz's job to get that defense together. And that defense looked terrible. Grant Delpit was sitting up in there playing favorites because he's a New Orleans boy. He was he was missing tackles. He wasn't wrapping tackles. He was throwing his shoulder into people and everything. And I was a little frustrated watching that game, man. I can't even lie. I was frustrated watching that game.
How can I put this? I ain't gonna lie. I expected what happened.
That big of a deficit?
Yeah,
man. Okay.
Because this is my thing. The Saints ain't really a crappy team. They just have a crappy quarterback.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if now let's just say put it this way. If Derek Carr had went out or what is it, Derek or David Carr? What are the Carr brothers?
Whichever one it is. Yeah.
Whichever one. If he would have got injured and they just had to run solely with Taysom Hill, I think the Browns would have had a better game. I think the fact that they had to prepare for both and had to look for Taysom Hill, find out where he was at, make sure that he was accounted for, that kind of threw them off their hookup.
Right.
I think with JOK not being there, threw him off their hookup because he's usually that spy on the read options. He's usually that dude that got the quarterback solely. Taysom Hill, to me, Taysom Hill had an up and down game. He started on fire in the very beginning. Then he died down, which allowed the Browns to come back, and then the Browns forgot about him, which allowed the Saints to run off those points.
But the Saints didn't have none of their starting receivers. Dude, we got by Valdez Scantling.
Like, he ain't no slouch. That man runs a 4.3.
But he ain't. Come on, man. Like he's not that guy. If that was he wouldn't be bouncing all over the place.
Some receivers takes a little while to stick. I ain't gonna say he ain't nobody. He didn't showed up when he was I think he started off with the Packers and then he was with the Chiefs. He did some things. My whole thing is the defensively, the secondary, Juan Thornhill, specifically him,
Oh my
showed
God.
no effort. You know what I'm
I
saying?
he got to
I'm
go.
glad he I'm glad he came out and fixed it in the Pittsburgh game and he spoke about it because people was roasting him on X or whatever you want to call it.
Uh-huh.
But to me, it's just overall that they just gave up on that back end, and I don't know what is going on with Martin Emerson, man. He's just having a horrible season.
Yeah, because he went from being almost a shutdown corner to can't cover nobody.
Can't cover nobody. The man is lost.
Yeah,
Lost. Can't find the ball. Don't know where the receiver's at. His placement. He's just lost.
it's crazy just watching it because I'm sitting here and I'm just like, man, this dude is like, you went from looking like you about to get paid to now you might get traded because or replaced with a draft pick because you ain't do anything you haven't done anything in weeks that's making people be like, oh, there it is. There's the shutdown guy. You haven't done any of that in weeks.
Hasn't done not one bit, any of that whatsoever.
Right.
None. I can't even say in weeks. Like he hasn't done that throughout the whole season. Like surprisingly, even Greg Newsome looked at a little bit better in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But he still got beat on some plays. It's just like it seems like we had all these good corners, and the only one that we have that's even good, well, that's still remaining good is Denzel minus the concussion. He's still a dog.
Right.
He's still a lockdown, whatever. But I don't know what's going on with Emerson. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't figure it out, man, because okay, so in a second, I'm really sick of Thornhill. I don't even understand why he still starts because that dude, you don't go from looking like a superstar in Kansas City to not looking like you don't know what you're doing, and you're a veteran. Like you're not bringing no type of value to this team whatsoever. Like one, you injury prone, you hurt all the time, and then when you starting, you giving up touchdowns like crazy. Like you in a safety, you get beat all the time. You never in position. You never where you supposed to be. I don't know, man. It just irritates me. It irritates me bad.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like I can say is this. All I can say is this for him, what you want to see out of any player, which is accountability.
Yes.
He knew he played horrible. He knew he was lazy, and he fixed it. So all I can say is, thank you for paying attention to everybody in the city of Cleveland that was talking ish about your effort, and you turned around and fixed it in the next game. Exactly. That's all I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? Now going forward, we don't want to see that no more.
Nobody. like we only got 2 more home games, so it's like. Yeah. Like you better bring it again because that that's it that you've been putting up on this field all season has been terrible, and it's like you're not even that guy. You're not the guy to be feeling like you can take plays off and stuff like that. Like, hey, I don't honestly I don't know no safety in the game right now that's that dope like that.
No, ain't really one like back then you had the you had some like the Derwin James, Ed Reeds, and but it ain't too many of them. I think nowadays, these safeties, I don't know. I feel like they ball out, and then once they get paid a little bit, they kind of flare out. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
but I feel like that way is a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just frustrating. It just gets real frustrating. But let's go ahead and move on to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and talk about the Browns versus the Steelers. So, I mean, right off the bat, man, I already knew it was going to be a good game. I knew it was going to be a good game because when they did that interview with Jameis Winston, and he said at the beginning, and that smile came up on his face, he was like, "We prepared the horses."
Yeah. The horses are prepared for battle, but victories through the Lord.
Man, he was like, "You get to play in Cleveland, Ohio, in the winter Oh man, I've been watching all of the clips on TikTok about this dude and like from him being mic'd up. Man, Jameis Winston is hilarious on the field. I don't see how people don't love playing with him, man.
I said it. I said he is the most non-intentional funny person I ever seen on television.
Yes.
Like he doesn't intend to be funny, but the shit that he say and his mannerism, his facial expressions, you gotta laugh. But at the same time, the fact of the matter is that man believes that deep in his heart. That's unwavering faith right there. Exactly. Unwavering and dying. And I don't got nothing but love for him. And I ain't gonna lie, I would love for him, like, as a player, as a former player, I would love for him to either be my quarterback or my coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to play for somebody like that.
Yeah, definitely. I can see that with him. It's just so funny, man. Like I'm listening to the dude goes over to his wife. His wife is like, "I love you." He's singing jingle bells too.
Yeah.
This man is like, and he just like and loving it. He was just having some fun on the field, and it make you forget, man, that football is a fun game. But when you see him out there having fun, man, them dudes out there doing snow angels, they sliding all over the place. That's infectious. That's what he brought to the team. From the very beginning, man, he was talking all positivity, just like, you know, he was in such a spirit, man, and it was just good seeing the players feed off of that.
You know what I love too, Coach? I love that. Two things I love about Jameis. No, three. I'm a three. One, when during the player introduction, he makes sure before every player goes out, he makes sure he checks, daps every player up. Whether you from the starter to not even playing.
Yeah.
Then I love the fact that he showed love to his trenches, to his offensive line. That game, he showed them mad love. And you could tell it by what Wyatt Teller did. I don't know if you've seen the play when he scored that touchdown. Wyatt Teller was on a man, got off his man, seen Conklin on the edge against J.J. Watt. He came and just blasted Watt out the picture. Just blasted him, put Watt on his ass, Coach, and that allowed Jameis to escape and to get up the score.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's, what I'm saying? Listen, people can say what they want about Deshaun. I still like him. That's still my dude. But you could tell that they got some love for Jameis because they is playing their asses off. It ain't too many of those mistakes that was going on. They not letting this man get hit, not trying to help him up. They are there for him. Right. And then the last thing is the man, like he just, like how you said, it's infectious. To me, he's like a big kid. When that man said that morning his wife sent him a video of the kids out there, I think it was a son or something like that, eating snow. He's like, man, I can't wait to go eat snow, man. I can't wait. I'm like, dude, you tripping, man.
Exactly, man. It was an energy he brought to the team.
Yeah.
I said the Browns are going to win this game. When I heard him make that speech, I said at the very beginning, he was excited about playing in the snow. I said, this man is about to have fun. They are about to win this game. And when the game started, I was like, okay, they're coming out. They look all right. They look decent. And then when that snow hit, I said, oh, man, this is about to be a game. But when I saw Jameis break that run, and he sacrificed his body to score that touchdown, I said, yep. I said, that's that guy right there. I said, that's what I like.
Coach, we both Northeast Ohio. We live here, play football here. We done been to some snow games. I ain't never been in no game that looked like that, Coach. Like, I done had the cold and the rain that turned into snow and then turned into hail. But I ain't never been no game that looked like that, Coach.
We had practices and stuff like that.
Yeah, practices like that, but not games.
Not games. But even in college, they cleared the field. So, you know what I'm saying? But that right there, that was crazy. And I was like, man.
I would have loved to play in that.
Huh?
I said, I would have had love to play in that game, Coach. In a game like that.
Them dudes was having fun. When I saw them, man, and when that dude's mic popped out of his helmet, And then he went and called his own play. And Njoku was like, that was my bad. I dropped that touchdown and went up and did almost a backflip to catch that 2-point conversion. That dude was like, I ain't dropping another one.
Yeah, he ain't dropping that one.
Yeah, that was crazy. But in the game in itself, man, what did you think of the team? I thought the offense held together.
I think the offense held together. I would like to see more handoffs to Chubb, but overall, I think they did what they did in the previous when they played the Ravens, which was they had a perfect mixture of Stefanski's offense and Dorsey's and Kevin Dorsey's offense. Yeah. Perfect mixture. You had the play action passes, you had the five wide out empty sets. You had all of that, and they got the ball in the hands. I think almost they threw the ball to almost everybody that came on the field. You know, Judy caught a pass. Judy passed. Tillman threw a pass. They even threw one in the trash, even though he didn't catch one.
Atkins caught the ball a couple of times too. Yep.
A second and a third. No, I think it was like the third tight end caught that one ball.
Yep, that one that bounced in the air.
Yeah. Like everybody played well. I got to give my shout out, man. I'm not gonna lie. That defensive front four did their thing.
So
I'm not gonna lie.
They stayed in that backfield. Okay, so I gotta humble myself.
Because your boy Miles.
I gotta humble myself. Miles Garrett
your boy showed up.
And
played his ass
what
off.
pisses me off about that though is that showed me that first off, you ain't playing just third and fourth downs. You play 1 through 3 and sometimes 1 through 4. Yeah. That tells me that this game was more personal for you. And when he did his interview at the end of the game, it was more personal. So that kind of pisses me off because then that shows me that you can do it. You just choose not to. Because yet on that day, he looked like the defensive MVP, like defensive player of the year. And I was like, okay, there it is. Because that man played with vengeance.
He was unstoppable. He played lights out. It's funny because some of the play, like I watch him because I know you be on him. So when he be on defense, I watch him. And every game, like some plays, he won't even fight through that double team. But his first sack, it was a chip by the running back, right? Yep. Running back chipped him. He did a Euro step around the running back, around the end, beat him around the corner, and then made the sack. Yes. I said, oh, so you this is the thing. That's how you know, like how you said, it did mean a lot more to him this game because of what TJ Watt said about him and all the other stuff. So he was reading the headlines and the clippings and everything. But he showed up, like you could tell he knew that play was coming. He's like, all right, I know I'm about to get chipped. What's my move? Because he went straight into that Euro step.
Right.
Straight into it and just beat dude around the edge. Like, good, because like I ain't gonna lie, like the previous games, I go back to the previous games, they wasn't when they played Pittsburgh, like even last year, it was the same tackle that they got in the game, and they left him alone against Miles before, and Miles ain't do none of this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to do it against dude one-on-one, being double teamed, and he was triple team on one when he came around and went and attacked the center. But he was about to get triple team when they did that stunt. Right. But like he played, man. I gotta give it to him. And this is what I want though. I want this from any Cleveland athlete. And I'm gonna say this and go ahead. You can go ahead, coach. I'm tired of the softness. Well, I ain't gonna say softness, but the niceness. I need a couple dogs on the Browns. I need a couple dogs on the Cavs. I need a couple dogs on the Indians. When I mean dogs, I mean some motherfuckers that's gonna say whatever they feel and stand on it.
Yeah.
And Miles, for you to say that and stand on it and show up, that's what we need, bro. We need that type of dogness. Like we need every week. We need a couple players, and it's sad to say we need a couple players that come from single parent homes. Okay, fighting and scratching. Okay, we need a couple of them. We need a couple of Ray Rays and June Bugs from the hood. We need some of them, coach.
Hey,
you do, man. Well, like the nice players will only get you but so far. You need a couple of dogs, man.
Hey, I listen, man. I've been on Miles more than I've been on Deshaun Watson this year, and
Yeah.
it just bothers me with Miles is that you're capable of doing it every week, man. Then why don't you just give the fans what they want? Like, I understand the team is losing, but your
Mm-hmm.
fight and your effort would mean so much more to the fans, seeing that you like, I'm out here doing it. I'm out here doing it for y'all. Because
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that feel all the time when I'm watching Miles. I get that feel like, all right, maybe I'll play today. Maybe I won't. It just
Mm-hmm.
depends. And I knew he was going to show up against Pittsburgh because of the situation between him and TJ Watt. And TJ kind of got washed. Like, he didn't really make
Yeah.
no plays.
He had a couple tackles, but nothing like that was impactful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had no sacks, nothing that was impactful. So, I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like when the game is in Pittsburgh, I expect a lot more out of TJ. What I expect whenever they play Pittsburgh the next
Most
game,
definitely.
he's gonna come out and play better. But he didn't for all that talking you was doing about this man getting the defensive player of the year and you not going to the award ceremony and all this other stuff, bro. Your first game against him, even though it's not against him per se, you're not going one on one against him,
Right.
but you're going against his team. Like you couldn't put up no stats, my nigga, nothing,
Couldn't do nothing. And
nothing.
Miles even said it. He was like, I'm that guy. He was like,
Yeah,
regardless of what you want to think, I'm that guy. I was like, oh, he talking big.
and I agree with him too. Like the defensive player of the year award trophy lives in Cleveland until it gets passed on.
That's
So
true.
he's still that guy as of right now. Like no matter if that award was given in off season, he's that guy for this season until they hand it off to somebody else.
Very true.
And
Very
I ain't gonna lie, I don't even know who they gonna hand it off to this year because I don't see nobody that's doing it defensively. Honestly,
um
do you see somebody that's out there like you just out there doing it?
right now, I mean, it could go to McKinney from the Packers.
See, I don't. Maybe that's me because I don't really watch too much of that game, so I don't really know too much of his thing, his
Uh,
game, or what he's been doing or his stats.
he got like 7 picks, couple to the house, I believe. But there's somebody else I saw yesterday that got like his fourth interception return to the house. I think it's the kid from Houston. But
Okay.
yeah, they said that there's a couple of DBs who might be in the running this year. So I thought that was
Mhm.
interesting. Defensive line wise, I don't really know many people that's out there killing it like that. I mean, like what you got is groups of people, like the
Yeah.
defensive lines together are doing their stuff. So I don't really see any individual efforts out there that's willing to, or not willing, but able to just take it and say, this is what we doing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, I get
So
you.
so yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't see anybody out here right now that's dominating. And I could be wrong. If anybody, I would have thought it would have been Max Crosby, but it ain't Max Crosby.
Nah.
So I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Max is going through he Max hit that down slope once he was seen taking that picture with Trump, him and Gardner Minshew and all the rest of them.
Yeah,
And once
yeah,
that happened, he went downhill.
yeah. Let's see. Well, when we still stay on the topic of the Browns, but let's talk about George Pickens' comments. So obviously, a lot of people saw my Facebook comments about it. But my whole thing was that this man sat up here and said, I really don't think the Browns is a good team. They ass actually. And you come on, man. Like they asked, but they beat y'all. You claim you crying about the elements. The elements help them. But what is it that you don't seem to understand is that you played in the same elements as the Browns did. So
Exactly.
you had 4 receptions for 48 yards. You couldn't do nothing else. Jerry Judy had like 80. You couldn't give your team nothing else. So I don't know if he was doing that for a sound bit or if he was just trying to be funny. or whatever the situation was. Me personally, I'm like, you whack. You supposed to be a superstar of your team, and you slowly getting your position taken. You slowly becoming a number 3 receiver on your team.
Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and let you finish. I'm gonna go in on him for a second when you're done.
Because, like, man, I'm sitting up here. I'm like, dude. I said, how about you just say that you ass? You ass because this is the worst season stat wise you've had since you've been in the league. You supposed to be the superstar of your team. You fall into a number 3. You getting outshined by a tight end. You getting outshined by your number 2. You getting outshined by everybody else. All you doing is doing a couple of little, Superman catches here and there, and then you think that means something, but you ain't getting in the end zone. And I know this because you on my goddamn fantasy, and you've been killing me the last fucking couple of weeks. So I know you ain't doing nothing special because your points has been terrible. I've had to replace him with Worthy from Kansas City, and I had to pick up other people because this dude was killing my fantasy. So go ahead, Coach.
All right, man. Listen. First off, George Pickens, aka I call him T Boone Pickens. Okay. First off, T Boone, you are trash. You are basically what Mike Tomlin called. I forgot who it was, but you're a 2-trick pony.
Yeah.
You can run the fade route, and you can run a slant and maybe a post. Maybe. That's it. That's really it. Other than you are a bum, and this is what I'm saying, you're a bum. You kind of cost your team the game. Because on the Hail Mary pass, instead of going for the ball, you in a wrestling match with Greg Newsome that the Browns security had to break up in the back of the end zone.
Right.
You're a mental case. To me, George Pickens is a lesser version of Antonio Brown. You are a mental case. You're pouting when you don't catch the ball. You're pouting when you don't get a flag. You're slamming your hand on the ground. Motherfucker, just play football, man.
Just play football.
And the crazy thing is, I wanted the Browns to draft him because he looked like a dog to me. But to me now, you're a whimpery bitch. You're not a dog no more.
Right.
That's all I see out of you is crime, my dude. You're a diva receiver, and I ain't gonna lie, the Browns don't have no room for you, and you're gonna play your way out of Pittsburgh because you're gonna cost them a game. You cost them that one because you never went for the jump ball Hail Mary. You were wrestling with Greg Newsome.
Yeah.
My dude. And then on the penalty that you got, that they got Grant Delpit on, you tried to trip him. Dude, you're a dirty player. You're a dirty player. I can't respect you. You cry too much, bro.
Right.
Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Right now to me, man, your slip is showing. Everybody played in that same game, bro. Why are you crying?
Right.
Everybody played in that. The conditions. Man, shut up, man. Shut up.
It's like this dude was, and it was a sound bite going around, and people were like, oh, he wilding. I said, but y'all ain't talking about the fact that he played like shit.
He played like shit.
He taught how do you get to lose to a team that's 2-8, y'all 8-2? How y'all lose? You get to talk shit about the team and try to be funny and call somebody terrible. I never understand how you called a team that beat you terrible. Now, if y'all won and you said that was the terrible team, I understand that. But y'all lost.
Y'all lost.
Back. All right. Y'all lost, and then you turned around and you still sat up there and kept talking about the Browns. I don't understand how you can go ahead and do that. To me, that is just the most mind-blowing thing possible. Because your stats showed 4 receptions, 48 yards, and that was it. You did nothing else to help your team whatsoever. And then you go out to the locker room and you make a soundbite trying to justify why you play like shit, why your team play like shit. And that just doesn't get it. It just doesn't get it at all. So I'm perplexed on how that even happened. But in today's day and age of athletes and stuff, it does not surprise me because today's day and age, a lot of people don't live in reality. So
no, really don't. Everybody living these fake worlds, bro.
Yeah, this dude, he like if you listen to him, he putting himself up in the same pedestal as Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't done anything to put yourself on that pedestal
at all. You might be the number one for the Steelers, but that's just it.
Them other receivers are route runners. You're not.
Yes. All day long.
You're not a route runner right now, boss. You are a fade, a go route, a post, or a slant. That's it.
Yes.
Can you do a dig? Can you, dude, you can't, man. Come on, man. You're not there yet. Maybe you need to go to their receiving school and get some of that, but you're not there yet, bro. You're just a tall receiver that right now Russell Wilson is throwing you moon balls and you going up and you beating corners. That's it.
Yeah. And that's not even a guaranteed thing either. And then exactly. I was really tripping off the Steelers though. Like they kept putting Justin Fields in the game. I was like, okay, so what y'all thought he was going to just run because it was winter time? Does that mean Russell can't throw in the snow? Like, what's going on?
Man, they tried to do the Taysom Hill to the Browns. That's what they did. They seen that it worked. You know, it's a copycat league. They seen that it worked. The Browns couldn't figure out where Taysom Hill was. But the difference is between Justin Fields and Taysom Hill. Justin Fields, you only going to line him back at quarterback. You're not going to line him up at running back. You're not going to put him at tight end. You're not going to put him at receiver.
Very true.
So when he's one play when the first play when they brought him in and he got met in the backfield, I think it was by Delpa and a couple others. I knew, like, to me, coach, I was like, oh, yeah, he's in there. They're going to run the ball. It was like 3rd and 1 or something.
Right.
So he's going to run the ball. And they luckily Jim Shorts called a run defensive blitz and they was able to stop him. But I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
I couldn't. I just couldn't really, I couldn't figure it out. And I thought the Taysom Hill thing too, but I was like, they're two different positions. Like Taysom Hill could line up as a running back and they could snap the ball to him when you got the quarterback sitting there and nobody knows what's going on, or he'll be back there and then they send the quarterback in motion. Now all of a sudden you gotta worry because they did the Saints did the one play where they had a running back out there. And then actually Taysom Hill was at running back and they gave him the ball. He turned around and he ran around the corner like he was about to throw. Like he was about to run. He turned around and threw the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a quarterback. So it was kind of surprising to see the Steelers try to do that, but I knew right off the bat, man. I said the Browns is going to win this game. I said that's what's going to happen. They're going to turn around and they're going to pull this one out because it was just one of those games, man, where
Justin Fields will be a Cleveland Browns next year.
You think so?
Yeah, man. He'll be a Cleveland Browns next year. He'll be competing for the number 1 spot because I read an article today that the Browns wants a open competition. So if it's him, Deshaun, if it's Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, DTR and Justin Fields is going to be open competition. I think Justin Fields is going to be a Cleveland Brown next year because the reason why I say that, he could be under center, he could do the play action, he could take it from the pocket, he could run. To me, he's a younger version of a Deshaun Watson minus the rub and tugs.
Don't put that on him, man. Don't put that on him.
That's what I said. Minus the rub and tugs.
I would go Jalen Hurts. I would say Jalen Hurts.
I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts because it is. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw over the middle.
He does.
He don't throw. No, he don't. Cause look at his passing thing. He barely goes over the middle. Everything is to the numbers outside. That's been his problem.
I see AJ Brown catching a lot of stuff over the middle
because they're slants.
I mean, it's over the middle though. So,
but you're not running the slant. You're not running slants all day, coach. You know
you can run a slant and a dig, and I'm good. The slant and dig, I'm good.
He ain't completing no digs. Just look at when you get a chance, coach. Just look at his pass. You know his I forgot what his passing chart.
Okay,
and you will see most of his passes are outside the numbers. He rarely goes over the middle. Justin, he goes over the middle, so I can't say he the thing. And then at the same time, I don't know. Like I don't like comparing Ohio State quarterbacks to to nobody else. Man, we a special breed.
Hey, listen. First off, Deshaun Watson will not be in a Browns uniform next year.
He'll be back.
He won't be. He won't be back in a Browns uniform. They're gonna find a way to get out of that contract. 2, keep Jameis Winston. I'm cool with Justin Fields, and I like what everybody's saying is the Browns gonna get Cam Ward. I'm cool with that. I like all 3 of those.
I like Cam Ward. I love Cam Ward. I love Shador.
Shador ain't coming to Cleveland.
Yeah, Shador ain't coming to Cleveland. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think Cam coming either.
You don't think Cam Ward coming?
No, man. I think some of these players that's coming out in this year's draft is going to strategically avoid Cleveland. I think they're going to strategically try to avoid Cleveland, especially some of these quarterbacks.
Well, Cam ain't gonna have no choice. You got 2 teams right now who desperately need quarterbacks. That is the Raiders and that is the Browns.
Oh no! Don't forget your team.
Who?
Your cowgirls. Your cowgirls need a quarterback.
Dak signed that contract. He gonna be back, man.
Yeah, Dak will be playing for someone next year else too, not the Cowboys.
And the Giants. And the Giants need a new quarterback. So Dak might be in a Giants uniform next year and really turn the NFC East upside down.
He might be in a Giants uniform, but okay, these are teams that I can think of that need a quarterback. Us, the Jets.
Yeah.
Dallas.
Yeah.
New Orleans need another quarterback. Raiders.
But New Orleans got Ratliff. They just got to let him develop.
I don't know. This is my thing. I wouldn't have played him none this season because the 2 games he played good in one, and the other 2 games that man was playing for his life.
Yeah. So that was under the old coach though.
Yeah, but this is my thing, and I'm gonna go ahead, coach. This year for the Browns, I wouldn't. Whoever I draft that quarterback, I would not play that man off the bat. I would not. We got it. I think we're done right now. I think we're on a pause of the era of those quarterbacks that you could put in from college and go straight and they can play.
But look what just happened though. You got Jaden Daniels, you got Caleb Williams finally coming on. Drake may look terrible. But
Caleb is still cheeks. Jaden Daniels is an anomaly because nobody expect that from him. I didn't.
Right.
I just look at it this way. However many quarterbacks is Bo Nix, yeah, he's probably gonna win rookie of the year, but for offense, but in the year where offensive play has been down, especially on the quarterback side. Yeah. So yeah, I think he's gonna win it, but that's by default.
Okay.
I don't know. I think you need to now with these quarterbacks, even though y'all might think they're ready, I think some of them need to sit for at least a year. Like look at CJ Stroud, he's struggling this year.
Yeah, he is.
You know what I'm saying? I think some of them they need that. You might come out and have that flash of the past season, and you might be that person. But then after that, you're gonna have that sophomore or even that junior slump, man.
Right. I get it. Well, let's go ahead, man. Let's talk about week 12 in the NFL. Anything you pay attention to? Anything stand out to you?
I just want to say thank you to the Packers for beating the 49ers.
My boy Brian probably mad as hell hearing you say that right now.
No, and this is the thing. I'm a 49ers guy, bro. Like I grew up on Steve Young, Jerry Rice, John Taylor,
right.
And Ronnie Lott. I grew up on that. That's my team.
Okay.
But I don't like Joey Bosa.
Oh, well, that's understandable.
So therefore, I will forever. And the crazy thing, he's a Buckeye.
Yeah, but I know why you stand on that one. Yeah, I know why you stand on that one.
I will forever root against you and your brother and any other NFL player that I see that do that fuck ass Trump dance as a celebration.
Yeah.
So, yes, thank you for the Packers. Y'all handled that team. Y'all did a good. My question, Coach, what happened to Brock Purdy?
I don't know. They said he was hurt. But I don't know what game he got hurt in. But they
Because
said
when
he
I
was
cut the
hurt.
game on, he wasn't in there. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? There was some other quarterback in there, but all
I was
right.
surprised that Dobbs didn't get to start.
Dobbs is a 49er,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he was sitting on the bench the whole time, and I was like, y'all ain't seen what that
Third
man can do when he gets in.
third stringy.
I don't know, but he might start next week. But
Yeah.
that, yeah, man. But the Packers looked really tough yesterday. I liked what I saw out of Josh Jacobs. He
Yeah.
obviously he on my fantasy, so I was really loving it. But
I benched him.
What?
Yeah, man.
I benched Adam Jones. He did
I,
100 and a touchdown. So
I chose Nick Chubb over him. Nick Chubb gave me 18.5, but dude had 28.
yeah, I was loving that one. I was like, oh, thank you. And whoever I was playing this week forgot to put their team together, so I was just like, good. So, but nah, man, the Packers look good. The Detroit Lions. Okay, so right now, NFC Championship, Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles.
Detroit right now is the best team in the NFL right now, man.
Hands down.
I think I would like to see them play Kansas City for Thanksgiving. I'm not even trying to wait for the Super Bowl. I want to see y'all play on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. That's what I want. Like they should like have one of those weeks where the schedule was not known until that week,
right?
And they just schedule the best teams for that day. Like, dude, that I would love to see that one. I ain't trying to work for no Super Bowl coach because I don't know if one of them teams is gonna make it, but I would love to see them play right now.
Hey, that would be a dope game. But listen, speaking of Kansas City, Bryce Young has finally realized how to play the game in the NFL.
Yeah,
I think Dalton showed him how to play the game because he had them boys competing yesterday.
He
didn't look bad.
No, didn't look bad at all. I think he finally over his girlfriend cheating on him for an NBA player. Think he finally moved on.
Man, hey, I hope so. But dude out there, he looked good, man. And I'm not an Alabama person whatsoever, but he looked good. He was out there doing his thing. So I was just like, okay.
He played his butt off, man. And give credit where credit's due. You finally looking like a somewhat of an NFL player. Now you just got to keep building on it and carry it over into next season. Yeah, that's it, man. You ain't gonna get no taller.
No, you're not. So you just better learn how to move in the pocket. Do what you need to do. I got to give a shout out to my Seahawks because they took first place in the division, even though their record is not really that strong. But my Seahawks took a win from the Arizona Cardinals, who've been dogging a lot of people in the NFC West, and they kind of handled them. Since they came out of their bye, the defense is playing a little bit better for the Seahawks. They might be getting on the slowly grinding to that part where they're gonna be like,
they getting a lot healthier.
Yeah, but I like the play calling I'm seeing now. It ain't just DK down the field. Now they actually spreading the ball out, and Geno's still making too many mistakes for me though. But they got to rely on that running game more because Walker is easily the most underrated running back in the NFL, and he's a dog. He's a dog.
That's their best bet, man, is to keep feeding him and do play action with Geno, and that will carry you on into the playoffs too at that point.
Most definitely.
Once you get in the playoffs, of course, the teams is going to be more focused on the run, but by then, your routes and your receivers and your quarterback should have some type of synchronicity together to make something work.
Exactly.
But I would these games, coach, I'm feeding Kenneth Walker. I'm feeding him.
All day. Got to. But hey, we got to talk about my boy, Shake and Bake.
Man,
you see him do this? You see him do this?
Yeah.
Hey, Shake and Bake came out and showed out. He even went up over some people to get into the end zone. I was like, oh, you trying to break your shoulder? But okay.
Listen, this is my thing with Shake and Bake. We seen you do this shit before, shake and bake.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is this, brother. Protect your body, because all of that stuff you do, you still built like an 18-year-old girl, shake and bake.
Oh man,
You know what I'm
killing my
saying? So
dude.
you got all I'm saying is this. I get it. You showing that spunk, you showing what do they call it? Because we call it swag. I forgot what white people call it. I forgot because it's something for some word, because they when we do it it's something else, and then when they do it is I forgot what it is, but whatever word that my Caucasian brethren use to describe his play, I love that, but you got to be mindful too. There's bigger dogs on the other side that can take you out, man. So be a little easy, because you don't want we don't want your shoulder to go out again, Baker, or something get hurt, man.
He went up high and landed hard on that shoulder.
Yeah.
He could have easily been out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But who else? I was surprised, man. Like, there was 4 games that had 30 to 27 finales. 30 to 20. And then the Houston was 32 to 27 because of CJ Stroud stepping out and giving up that safety. I was just like, wait a minute, that's a little weird that was happening. But all of the teams that's usually dominant teams struggled this week.
Yeah. Which was good for me in my picks.
Washington, though, man, to Dallas, and that was bad. Like, your kicker and law cost you the game because he didn't miss 2 extra points, cost you the game. Then y'all turn around and then he onsides the ball. The dude picks it up right in front of him and then runs right through him for a touchdown. I said, y'all are killing me, man. But I was really disappointed in that Washington loss because I like what Jaden Daniels is doing to that team. That defense, they was not on their game yesterday at all.
They'll bounce back. Like I'm not. They'll be all right. Like we say, the sun shines on the dog's ass at least once a day. So great job, Dallas. Y'all still cheeks. Y'all still cheeks. You just happen to win.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I don't know. It's Dallas. I ain't gonna get on them too bad, man. It's Dallas.
Right.
See, it'll be all right.
What? Oh, the Dolphins? What do you think about the Dolphins? The Dolphins look pretty good.
I'm not gonna lie. I stopped watching them ever since Tua Tagovailoa got the concussion. I don't want to see that man down.
Back.
Yeah, I don't want to see him down the field, coach. So I'm not watching, coach. I just feel like okay, you know how people talk about Denzel and all his concussions.
Yeah.
Denzel done got up and been able to walk off the field. This 2 of them been on the field, knocked out, sleep.
Yes.
So at this point in time, like, I know you out there, it's a man's game. You want to show how tough you is. I think Tua, man, go ahead and take that bread and go ahead and retire, because you might be good now, but that shit hit you way down the line where you can't maybe remember your kids' names or even how to tie your shoes or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I stopped watching him because I'm afraid for dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, but let's did you see Austin Eckler get knocked out? On that kickoff return? That dude I thought he died on the field the way he got hit, because his whole body just went limp and he just fell hard face first. They said he was okay though, man. So I was just like, okay, that's good to hear. But that was a little worrisome to see.
Yeah. I think eventually they're gonna take off the kickoff. They're gonna take kickoff totally out the thing, which is gonna suck, but
big time. Big time. Let's talk about so elephant in the room. New York Giants got rid of Saquon Barkley. The man ran for almost 300 yards yesterday. Philadelphia's for real, man. They're for real and that's Saquon's team. It ain't Jalen Hurts' team no more.
No.
That's Saquon's team. And that man is playing like he in high school.
Oh yeah, he having fun.
Yeah.
He having fun. And then this is the thing, like, go ahead and get that man the bag, man. When that man did that jump, when he jumped over somebody backwards, go pay him. Go pay him.
Yes, because that's going down this year as the greatest play ever.
Coach, I had to literally watch that over and over again
Mm-hmm.
and realize, like, hey, did I just see what I saw?
Yep. The crazy part of it is I saw him getting ready to set it up, and I was like, he ain't gonna do what I think he about to do. And then he did it, and I said, oh my God, crazy. It was insane. Crazy insane.
Crazy.
But I mean, hey, 255 yards, dude, in the NFL is almost unheard of.
He had over 303 total yards.
Yes.
By himself. Like,
can you say MVP?
Yeah, he should be. I don't think the Eagles will be where they're at right now without him.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
That was a sneaky good pickup by them. You know what I'm saying? But the Giants did what they normally do, which is shit the bed.
But they about to clear house in that front office because there's a lot of teams who had a chance to get Saquon and didn't even choose to go after him. So there's going to be a lot of GMs getting questioned like, why didn't we make a play for this dude? But the Giants let him go. And then you drop Daniel Jones. You released Daniel Jones and your team is losing it on you. Like the team is lashing out in the media.
Mm-hmm.
Man, listen.
My whole thing is this. It ain't about clearing house with some of these things. Sometimes you got to look at all the way to the top, Coach. It's the ownership.
Definitely.
That is done. Like even down when you go down even to the other counterpart, the Jets. It wasn't Robert Saleh. It was Woody Johnson over here thinking that Aaron Rodgers was going to be Aaron Rodgers. No,
exactly.
No, come on, man. Like sometimes these owners got to take accountability for the trash that they put together, that they paid for. Like, yeah, you can go ahead and clean house, Giants, but the problem still remains the same, which is the ownership.
Exactly. You gotta get smarter. You gotta get smarter in your business dealings.
Definitely gotta get smarter. Yeah. Definitely. Because when they signed Daniel Jones, I'm like, why? And you ain't give your run, but you want to listen to everybody else, running back's lifespan is this, the downhill, yada, yada. Nah, man. Sometimes that is true, and then sometimes it's false. And with Saquon, it was false.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to this next topic. So the Cavs' undefeated streak comes to an end. It did come to an end against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that they played bad. I know Cleveland was down a couple players in that game, and they still took them. They still came out short by 3 points?
Yeah.
They in the fourth, they took some bad shots. I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, why are y'all launching 3-pointers and y'all don't need to be launching 3-pointers right now? Mm-hmm. So I didn't know what was going on with that, but I was like, okay. I mean, we knew they weren't going to go undefeated the whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They play 82 games, man. They still doing their thing. So it's like they're still a solid team. They're still strong as hell. And I mean, they're 17-1. 17-1. There ain't nobody touching them right now, like with that record.
I gotta say this. The Boston game was a good, I guess, measuring stick for me to see how they would be in the playoffs. I like the fact that they fought. They was down 21 at one point and came back and cut it to 2, cut it to 1. They fought back. So that's what I wanted to see from them.
Okay.
I figured they was going to lose that game, but the game after was what I was looking at. Is the game after where Darius Garland was out, where a lot of the starters was out, and Ty Jerome, who has been balling this year, came off, and I think he dropped 29 in that game. He had 7 3-pointers or whatever. And then he turned around yesterday and balled out again off the bench. And they are still missing some people. That LeVert still hurt, and a couple other people was hurt, but he supplied what was needed off the bench.
Right.
And to me, every team is gonna have a good starting five, but what you got coming off that bench? And now, honestly, I feel a little bit more, I don't know what you want to call it, at ease or whatever, knowing that he could give you buckets. Because I didn't know what we was going to get out of him. Right. He didn't play last year. So he could give you some buckets. LeVert could give you some buckets. Then you got Merrill that's going to give you some buckets on the 3-pointer. I still think we do need another big man.
Got 2 of them, though.
Yeah, but my thing is, got 2 of them, but both of them ain't never played a whole season healthy.
True. Very true.
That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think we still need that one hood, NIGGA off the bench. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
gonna come here and manhandle some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think last year we had it with the Morris, one of the Morris brothers, but I don't think we should let him go. I know he has some things going on with the head coach, but I'd have brought him back because he brought that grit and grind that we need off the bench. I know Tristan is there, but Tristan just rebounded. He ain't gonna slap nobody like how he did Draymond anymore. I think he's done.
And he old now, and he's
Yeah.
old in the game, so he ain't gonna give you that. Yeah.
We
Okay.
need that one to do.
All right, so we down to our last 5 minutes, coach, and you know what time it is. It's time to get it off your chest. I'm gonna let you go. You got something you gotta get up off your chest?
First off, what was it? I think it was last Wednesday. Made it 36 years since I've been here in the United States.
Okay.
We 36 years being here. So I'm gonna say this, and it'll be short. I'm sitting here with every African American woman. I'm just sitting back and watching the bullshit that's about to unfold in the world. I got my popcorn ready. I'm just chilling. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and handle the shit that y'all have brought upon yourselves.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna sit back with my black ladies and chill. Don't you know what I'm saying? Y'all did this. Don't ask us to go marching. Don't ask us to do nothing. I'm just gonna chill with my black queens, man. Y'all got this. Y'all got this.
Hey, it's all over TikTok. Is if you ain't on TikTok, go check out hashtag FAFO. It's all of the Trump supporters crying that they didn't know that the Obamacare was the Affordable Care Act. It's all of the people not knowing, they didn't know what tariffs meant. They thought that the Obamacare was it was based off of Obama, and it's like, no, y'all was just hateful. Y'all just hateful. Y'all hated it because they nicknamed it Obamacare to make it, to make sure y'all knew it was after a black person, and then that's the reason why people started hating it, because your hate then came out on it.
How many years have y'all made Obamacare into the Affordable Care Act? Y'all, that's the real name is the Affordable Care Act, but y'all call it the Obamacare.
Yes.
Y'all been doing that since it was passed. Trump came and tried to get rid of it, but dudes gave him the thumbs down. I need y'all to stop having fucking amnesia. I need y'all to stop having Alzheimer's. I need y'all to pay attention. And whatever weed or drug y'all smoking, stop, because it's fucking up your mentals. Because how the hell you not gonna know Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act when this has been discussed over decades?
And it was Trump who nicknamed it Obamacare.
Exactly. And he said it, I'm going to get rid of Obamacare, which is i.e. the Affordable Care Act. America, I seen it the other day. I'm going to say this, I'm going to be done, coach. I seen this the other day, man. 54.6% of America reads at a 6th grade reading level or below. Y'all need to get your education together because y'all stupid as fuck.
And he about to do away with that. So
exactly. Stupid as fuck. But that's it. I got my popcorn. I'm chilling. I ain't doing shit, no activism. I ain't posting no more. I'm not watching no more CNNs or MSNBCs or none of that stuff. I'm not even watching SNL. I ain't watching none of that shit, coach. I am enjoying my life and I'm choosing happiness, and I'm just gonna sit back and watch this shit unfold with my black women with this popcorn.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of that real quick, and then I'm gonna get into my get it off the chest. My thing is MSNBC and CNN has completely turned coat. They when I heard that Morning Joe went to Mar-a-Lago to go meet with Trump and them, I said, y'all went to kiss the ring because y'all were worried about losing y'all gig. And that, to me, that was just very disgusting, very, very disappointing to see, because it showed me right then and there that media needs to be us, like you and I. It needs to come from people who are not being paid by anybody, who, you know what I'm saying, we're doing our thing and nobody is controlling the narrative for us. And that's what's taking place with that. And like CNN is so disgusting to watch anymore. It sounds more like Fox on every day I listen to it, and I'm just so over it. But here's my get it off the chest. People, we are heading amongst hard times in our country. And sometimes you're going to have to humble yourself and actually take a handout from somebody. I mean, it's just what it's going to be. My boys group and I have decided that we were going to go out of our way to feed 5 families in need. And one of the things that I realized that we're struggling with right now is finding families to feed because so many people are prideful and don't want to take the handout. And it is real frustrating. One, because these young boys put a lot of effort into this stuff with trying to help. We had a lot of people donating to us, which I was really happy about. And it's just frustrating because like I know where I work, there's homeless people. You know what I'm saying? And the families are like, nah, I don't like. It's your pride and your ego. Ain't nobody trying to like expose you and this, that, and the other. You can even come and get it discreetly for all I care. But put your pride to the side, man, and let somebody help you. And that's coming from somebody who is strong-willed and hard-headed at times with letting people like help me. But I've learned over my years that I need to just fall back and sometimes just let people help me. You know what I'm saying? And it's just with the families and stuff that I'm trying to reach out to. I'm hoping that somebody just kind of understands where it's coming from because we're genuinely trying to help somebody. It ain't for no publicity. It isn't for no social media and all of that other stuff. We're genuinely trying to help people because times is hard and it's about to get even harder. So, if we're in a position to help somebody, let us help you,
Exactly.
And that's just all I got, man. But as it's about time to get ready to head up off here. We're actually 2 minutes over our time. So I just want to wish everybody a happy, safe Thanksgiving. If you're going out and you're doing Black Friday shopping, please be safe out there because believe it or not, we are in a sick ass society right now where a lot of people feel like I'm just going to take it instead of having to go buy my own and earn my own. So just be safe and have a happy Thanksgiving.
I second that. Watch your surroundings. When you go out shopping, it's dark out here earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Watch your surroundings, watch who you're around. Stay, try to keep them earbuds out your ear. Try to stay off the cell phone. Just watch your surroundings, man. It's that time of the year, unfortunately, like our coach said, man. Just be careful. Enjoy, hug on your family, hug on your loved ones. Enjoy this time that y'all got with each other, man. Be safe.
Sir. All right, man. We out of here.
Yes, sir.